Hello and welcome to My Finance Teacher. Today, let's have a look at crude oil. And today is 8th of May 2017. Now in front of you is a weekly chart of crude oil. And oil seems to follow these intermediate cycles marked in front of you, marked on the chart, that last for about half a year. The previous several cycles here lasted for about 5.5 months, with an exception of the previous one, which lasted for about 3.5 months. And recently we've seen a couple of convincing declines in the oil price. One several weeks ago, which some thought to be this intermediate cycle low. However, it was a little too early for this cycle to finish with a cycle low, given that the previous one was a short cycle as well. Now, last week, at the end of last week, we've had another convincing decline in the oil price, where it dropped from about $54 to about $44 in only 3 weeks. And there's a high chance that turns out to be the cycle low. The reasons for that are as follows. One of the reasons is that we are in the time band for this ongoing cycle to finish, because it has been going on for about 5.5 months. Another reason for that is this RSI, which is the 10-week RSI, is close to oversold level, and it's not a big problem, I think, that it is not at the oversold levels yet, because the previous several lows were marked with the 10-week RSI being close to oversold levels but not at those levels. Now, if this does turn out to be the cycle low, then there is an interesting pattern developing over the last several cycles. There was a major low near $26 at the beginning of last year, and after that major low, of course, we've seen a strong rally in oil, where the price nearly doubled. That was an impressive rally. And of course, we always do see the declining phases of these cycles. In that case, the cycle low turned out to be a higher low compared to this major low at $26. After this higher low, we printed a slightly higher high, also close to $52, but it was just a little bit higher than the previous high. And again, we saw a higher low at the end of this short 3.5 month cycle, which peaked at again a higher high. And if this does turn out to be the cycle low, which is highly likely, it is again a higher low. If this pattern of higher lows and higher highs continues, which I think it will, because this $26 oil price low was a major low, and I think we're not going to go anywhere close to those levels anymore of the foreseeable future. So if that is the case, then we are basically in an upward trending long-term pattern. And if this pattern of higher highs and higher lows continues, then in the future we might see something like that. Over the next several months, oil price might reach close to $60. That seems to be a psychological resistance zone, which proved to be a resistance zone over here as well in the middle of 2015. And after that, we might enter the declining phase of this cycle, which is just starting now, and move down to a support zone. And an interesting support zone seems to be just under $52. So that might happen over the next several months, and it could be a good timing to enter some positions presently. However, remember that this is not investment advice. Even though it is not investment advice, I do wish you luck, and I do appreciate your comments, and I would also appreciate it if you hit the like button under the video. Thank you for your attention.